Erica with Launching Legacies. Welcome to our daily devotional. Today we are starting a devotional called Refresh. And over the weekend, which is why my voice is hoarse, over the weekend I was having a weekend getaway with my family, and I was really enjoying it. And although it was camping, so it's not necessarily like a spa day where it's refreshing, it was refreshing for me in another way. And I want to kind of share that with you and share an assignment that I recently gave to one of my clients with you, and challenge you to look at the scripture verse on this, but also try it out. So let's get to refresh. So how was this camping trip? Which camping, if you ever go camping, is a lot of work. You got to still cook all your food. You have to set everything up. You got to tear everything down. And if you had as many people as we did on this trip, you'll be working hard the whole time. And it's hot, right? It was really hot this weekend. So you're like, well, how is that refreshing? And why would that be refreshing? I see those bags under your eyes, Erica. There's no way you were refreshed. But here goes the truth. For me, this weekend getaway trip for me was refreshing because I got to be reminded of and spend time with the people that I love for more than just a moment, right? I had days of seeing them and laughing with them, doing activities with them and breaking bread with them, reminding them that I love them and having them remind me that they love me. I was able to hug them more than once and sit down and have brief conversations with people and some long conversations with people. And of course, there's always some conflicts or minor conflicts that go on, but then you get the resolve from them. Usually you get the resolve from them. And so you get both the good and the bad. But at the end of the day, it becomes more refreshing than not. Why? Because you remember who you love and why you love them. You remember what's good, right? What's good in this world to talk about, not just politics and the mundane and your job and money, but you're talking about just living life and loving people and experiencing a brief time in which you're all together united. And that's family, and that's beautiful, and it's refreshing, especially for me. It's refreshing. So I want to encourage you to try the same thing, and I'll give you the context of the homework assignment I gave to my client. That I work with my clients. I give them these interesting challenges to do. And this is the challenge that I gave for a relationship that was kind of in danger and kind of damaged and wounded. I asked the individual to go back into their relationship and to treat the relationship as if that person was doing everything they wanted them to do, instead of the opposite, which was this person's not doing this, they're not doing that, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they won't say these things, they won't say these things. I said, you know what, just go back and treat this person like they are treating you. Like you want to be treated, like they're doing everything that you want them to do. Treat them and talk to them like they've been loving and abundant to you, like nothing ever went wrong, like nothing is broken. And I'm not saying that because I'm not telling them to deal with their issues. The issues do need to be dealt with in a relationship to make it well. But the challenge wasn't really to fix the relationship as much as it was to refresh the perspective. Now, eventually they'll get back to dealing with the things that are hard to deal with. But before we do that, why not start treating them the way that we wanted to treat them, but haven't done so because we're holding something against them, or things have diminished over time, or the marriage has gotten old, or the relationship has had some brokenness, or I've made some mistakes, or they've made some mistakes. And so let's clear the slate and start like refreshed, right? Start it refreshed, like nothing ever went awry in the situation. And that was the challenge. And I got a little brief hint that it went well, and I haven't got to meet with them again yet, but I'm excited because this is not the first time I've given this assignment. But for this person in particular, I had a feeling that it would be something that would be very successful for them. However, I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing. There may be a relationship for you that you need to refresh. Maybe it's not even going poorly, but maybe you need to treat it like a honeymoon all over again. If it's your romantic relationship, if it's a daughter, father, daughter, son, daughter, mother, whatever, if you and your children are having a little bit of a time where you've taken a little rest away from each other, maybe go back and refresh it and remember the good times and treat them like they're behaving the way you want them to behave. Treat them like they're doing everything the way you would want them to do it, and see what the outcome can be. Why? Because we all want to be treated in a way that is edifying and builds us up. We don't all want to have to deal with the negative consequences and negative this and negative that of all of the bad decisions we've made. Besides the fact that we've all made bad decisions, we've all done broken things, we can find ourselves more confident, more enduring, and more loving when we feel like we are being loved. And so it does change the perspective, and it kind of can refresh things. So that's my challenge for you. And the passage that I'm going to use to reference this is Luke 6:31, and it says, look at, do to others as you would like them to do to you. That's a classic scripture, right? Most people have heard it before, and maybe people didn't even know it was a Bible passage, but it is, do to others what you would have them do to you. And I don't know about you, but if I've had a difficult season or I've had a difficult time, I would love to be treated like I did everything right, just for a moment. Okay, just as a refresher, I loved this weekend. I didn't have any difficulties with my family, but I loved this weekend going with my family and being refreshed in that I love you. I love you, cousin. I love you, uncle. I love you, aunt. I love you, niece. I love you, nephew. I love you. I love you, sister. I love you. Like, I just want to be refreshed and reminded of those things. And so I thought to myself, well, actually, you've been working on a season that's kind of like this, so why don't you share it with the viewers? But I want to encourage you to try it, not to just hear this idea or this frame of reference, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You can do that any moment. At any time, you can decide, time for a refresh. Now I'm going to treat them like they've been treating me well this whole time. And let's see what we get as an outcome. Let's see what we get at the end. We're going to put it into the equation and see what comes out on the other side. And I'm praying for you that it's blessings and goodness, because I know if I was to get a refresh, or a new opportunity, another chance, I would love it. I would rejoice in that opportunity. And so I encourage you to do the same. All right. I'm going to be praying for you. Please be praying for me. Not just that my voice would return, but that I would get a little bit more rest and come back revitalized. And we'll see you again tomorrow for another of our devotionals. Until then, be blessed and be refreshed. All right.